What if everything you've been told about human origins is wrong? For centuries, scientists have assured us that humans evolved naturally from primates over millions of years. But buried within our history are anomalies, clues that challenge this narrative. We are unlike any species before us. Our intelligence, self-awareness, and technological advancement skyrocketed at a rate that defies natural evolution. How did this happen? Our DNA carries an unexplained fusion of chromosomes, something seen almost nowhere else in nature. Was this a random mutation? Or is there something more at play? Then there are the myths. Stories passed down for thousands of years, from the Sumerians to the Egyptians. Nearly every ancient civilization speaks of gods who came from the sky and created mankind in their image. Coincidence or a forgotten truth? What if extraterrestrial beings played a role in our creation? Could we be the result of genetic intervention by an advanced intelligence? And then there's an even stranger theory. Some scientists and tech visionaries argue that we are not biological at all, but digital, a program, a simulation. If that's true, who or what is running it? Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to reveal may change everything you believe. To understand where we came from, we need to start with the most accepted theory, the one taught in schools, written in textbooks, and backed by mainstream science: evolution. In 1859, Charles Darwin published On the Origin of Species, a book that forever changed our understanding of life. The core idea? Natural selection, the process where the strongest traits survive and pass on to future generations. According to this theory, humans evolved from a common ancestor with chimpanzees around 6 to 7 million years ago. Over time, early hominins like Australopithecus roamed Africa, slowly developing more advanced traits. From Australopithecus to Homo habilis, the first tool makers, to Homo erectus, who mastered fire and migrated across continents. And finally, around 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens emerged. Us. From simple, primitive creatures to the dominant species of the planet. An incredible story of survival and adaptation, but there's a problem. Despite decades of research, there are gaps in this story. Missing pieces that make some scientists question the smooth, gradual transition from early hominins to modern humans. Fossil records suggest jumps in evolution, sudden changes that don't entirely follow the slow, step-by-step process Darwin described. For over a century, paleontologists have searched for the so-called missing link, the transitional species that bridges the gap between our ape-like ancestors and modern humans. But instead of a clear lineage, we found something strange. The fossil record isn't a smooth, step-by-step progression. Instead, species appear and disappear abruptly, almost as if evolution took shortcuts. Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Neanderthals, and Denisovans existed at overlapping times. Why didn't one smoothly evolve into the next? Some fossils, like the Homo naledi skeletons found in South Africa, don't fit neatly into the timeline at all. Some scientists propose that there were missing links, but we simply haven't found them, either because their fossils were destroyed or they lived in regions where fossilization was rare. DNA from Denisovans and Neanderthals suggests we interbred with mysterious unidentified species. Ghost DNA found in some human populations hints at unknown ancestors we have no fossils for. Where are the perfectly preserved transitional fossils? Why does it seem like certain species disappeared, while new ones appeared with features that should have taken millions of years to develop? And that brings us to the biggest mystery of all, our own biology. In the blink of an evolutionary eye, something happened to the human brain. For millions of years, hominin brains were relatively small, but then, around 200,000 years ago, our brain size exploded. We developed complex language, creativity, and abstract thinking. But here's the catch. There's no clear explanation for why this happened so quickly. What happened? A 2023 genetic study suggests that around 900,000 years ago, the human ancestor population plunged to fewer than 1,300 individuals, close to extinction. After this genetic bottleneck, hominin populations suddenly rebounded and became smarter. Could this crisis have triggered a rapid evolutionary leap, or was something else responsible? For millions of years, our ancestors' brains grew slowly. Then something changed. 2 million years ago, early hominins had brains about 400 cubic centimeters in size, similar to a chimp. By 200,000 years ago, Homo sapiens' brains suddenly ballooned to 1,400 cubic centimeters, more than triple the size. Evolution typically works gradually, but this leap happened in what scientists call the blink of an evolutionary eye. Could early humans have stumbled upon a mind-expanding substance? Ancient humans foraged for food in diverse environments. What if they consumed hallucinogenic mushrooms by accident? Psilocybin, the active compound in magic mushrooms, has been shown to stimulate neural growth and boost creativity. Some researchers suggest this could have led to early language, abstract thinking, and art. Could an ancient virus have reprogrammed human brains? About 8% of the human genome is made up of ancient viruses, remnants of infections that permanently altered our DNA. A specific gene called ARC, linked to memory and intelligence, may have originated from viruses. Could a viral infection have rewired early human brains, boosting intelligence? Did early humans living near water get an evolutionary advantage? Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish and shellfish, are essential for brain development. Some archaeologists argue that early humans thrived near coastlines, eating a high-fat diet that rapidly fueled brain growth. Supporting evidence? The earliest Homo sapiens fossils are often found near ancient shorelines. Whether through chance, diet, or an unknown force, something changed us forever. Did evolution alone explain the leap in intelligence, or was there an external influence? Why did early human ancestors struggle for millions of years, then suddenly become masters of the world? Are we the result of a natural process, or an experiment in consciousness? Evolution typically takes its time, yet our intelligence skyrocketed at an unnatural speed. Or was there an unknown factor, one that science has yet to uncover? What triggered this rapid development? Was it simply natural selection? And then, there's our DNA. Specifically, chromosome 2. This is where things get really strange. Unlike any other species, humans have a fused chromosome, two separate pieces of DNA somehow joined together into one. In nature, this is extremely rare. Some researchers believe it was a random mutation, a genetic accident. But others, they suggest something, or someone, might have altered our genetic code. A natural fluke, or a sign of genetic intervention? The debate continues. Despite sharing about 98% of our DNA with chimpanzees, we are vastly different. No other primate builds cities, creates art, or explores the cosmos. Something set us apart. But what? Some scientists argue it was purely evolution. Others believe there was an outside influence. And then, there are those who suggest an even bigger mystery, that humanity is not the product of Earth alone. What if the story of evolution isn't the whole truth? What if something interfered? If human evolution was a natural process, why does it seem unnatural? Our intelligence exploded at an unnatural rate. Our DNA has anomalies that don't fully align with nature. And our ancestors wrote stories of gods who descended from the sky and shaped humanity. But what if these stories weren't just myths? What if they were memories, records of a forgotten truth? One of the oldest civilizations known to history, the Sumerians, emerged in Mesopotamia around 6,000 years ago. They gave us writing, astronomy, mathematics, and complex social structures seemingly out of nowhere. But according to their own records, they didn't do it alone. The Sumerians wrote about the Anunnaki, powerful beings who descended from the heavens and shaped human civilization. Some researchers, including Zecharia Sitchin, believe these weren't gods, but extraterrestrials. Sitchin translated the Sumerian texts and proposed a radical theory that the Anunnaki were an advanced race that arrived on Earth in search of resources, specifically gold, and to help mine it, they created us. But why gold? It's valuable to us, but why would an advanced civilization need it? Gold is one of the best conductors of electricity. It reflects radiation and does not corrode. Ideal for space travel and technology. Some speculate that the Anunnaki needed gold to repair their atmosphere or use in advanced energy systems. Even today, gold is used in satellite shielding and quantum computing. Could the Anunnaki have used it for similar, if not more advanced, purposes? According to this theory, They didn't just influence human culture, they engineered us, modifying early hominins to become a labor force. Could this explain the sudden leap in human intelligence? The Sumerian myths describe the Anunnaki creating mankind to serve them, but what if it was more than that? What if we weren't just workers, but an experiment? The Sumerian stories don't just describe the Anunnaki creating humans, they also tell of a great conflict between their leaders. Enki, the scientist and engineer, credited with modifying early hominins into intelligent beings. Enlil, the ruler who saw humans as mere workers meant to serve and obey. Some myths suggest that Enki gave humans too much knowledge, leading to rebellion. Enlil, furious at humanity's defiance, supposedly decided to wipe out mankind. A story eerily similar to the biblical flood narrative. Was the Great Flood an actual event meant to erase evidence of human interference? If so, who wanted us gone? If the Anunnaki were real, their influence wouldn't be limited to Sumeria. And yet, their symbols appear across the ancient world. The ziggurats of Mesopotamia resemble step pyramids in Mesoamerica and Egypt. Were these structures built to honor the gods, or to serve as energy conductors? In many cultures, gods are depicted as serpents or dragon-like beings. DNA's double helix structure resembles twin serpents, an odd similarity to myths about serpent gods like Quetzalcoatl and the Naga. Even if the Anunnaki left, did they leave something behind? Some believe that certain royal families, secret societies, and ancient priesthoods trace their lineage back to the Anunnaki. Could there be hidden genetic markers that connect modern elites to these ancient beings? Some artifacts suggest advanced metallurgy and electrical systems in ancient times. The Baghdad battery, a 2,000-year-old clay jar that may have functioned as a primitive battery. Could this knowledge have been handed down from the stars? Ancient myths speak of gods who promised to return. And today, strange objects in our skies are being acknowledged by governments worldwide. Some researchers believe ancient civilizations encoded astronomical events into their myths, suggesting a timeline for their return. Were the Anunnaki just a myth? Or were they real? And if so, have they been watching us all along? If they return, what will they see? And more importantly, what will they do? If an advanced civilization modified early humans, would we find evidence in our DNA? We already know about chromosome 2, the strangely fused piece of our genetic code that makes humans unique. But there's more. Some geneticists have identified what they call junk DNA, sequences in our genome that seem to serve no biological function. Could these be remnants of an ancient modification, a signature of genetic engineering? Dr. Francis Crick, co-discoverer of the DNA double helix, once suggested that life on Earth may have been seeded by an advanced intelligence. Was this just speculation, or did he know something? If an advanced civilization influenced early humans, we should see signs of knowledge beyond what primitive cultures should have known. And we do. Many ancient cultures had knowledge of the stars that defies logic. The Dogon tribe of Mali, Africa, somehow knew about Sirius B, a star invisible to the naked eye, long before modern telescopes confirmed its existence. The Great Pyramid of Giza aligns perfectly with Orion's belt, and ancient texts describe the gods descending from the stars. Are these mere coincidences, or evidence of ancient contact? What were our ancestors trying to tell us? Let's consider the implications. If an advanced intelligence shaped human evolution, it means our true history has been hidden from us. It means everything we think we know about our origins may be incomplete, or deliberately altered. And the biggest question of all, if they created us, why? Are we an experiment, a forgotten project, or something even more profound? And if they return, what happens next? We've explored evolution. We've considered the possibility of intervention. But what if both theories are missing the bigger picture? Some scientists and philosophers argue that our world is not what it seems, that everything we experience, our history, our consciousness, even reality itself, may be nothing more than a simulation. Could human existence be part of an artificial system, controlled by forces beyond our understanding? In recent years, a radical idea has gained traction among some of the world's leading thinkers. It's known as the simulation hypothesis, the theory that our universe is not physical, but digital. One of the biggest supporters of this theory is billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk. He argues that as technology advances, the ability to create hyper-realistic simulations will become inevitable. If that's true, how do we know we aren't already inside one? Think about it. Video games have gone from pixelated dots to photorealistic worlds in just a few decades. What happens in 1,000 years? 1,000,000? What if a civilization far older than ours has already created a perfect simulation? And here's where it gets even stranger. Some physicists claim they've found glitches in our reality, evidence that the fabric of our universe behaves like a coded system. One of the strangest discoveries in physics is something known as the Planck length, a fundamental limit to how small anything can be. Almost as if our universe has a built-in resolution, like pixels on a screen. Then there's quantum mechanics, the science of the very small. Experiments show that particles behave differently when observed, almost as if they know they're being watched. If we're inside a simulation, who or what is running it? Are we test subjects in an experiment? A form of entertainment or something beyond human comprehension? If we are in a simulation, did ancient civilizations know the truth? Did they leave us hidden messages about our reality? Many ancient cultures described reality as an illusion. Hindu scriptures speak of Maya, a cosmic illusion hiding the true nature of existence. Some Gnostic texts suggest that humans are trapped in a false world, controlled by higher beings. Even Plato, the great Greek philosopher, described a world where people live in a shadow reality, never knowing the truth behind the illusion. Could these ancient teachings be trying to tell us something modern science is only now beginning to understand? But there's another possibility. What if history is repeating itself? What if we are not the first advanced civilization on Earth? Journalist and researcher Graham Hancock argues that an advanced civilization may have existed before recorded history. One that was wiped out by a cataclysm thousands of years ago. Mainstream archaeology tells us civilization began around 5,000 years ago. But what if that's just the latest chapter of a much older story? The Great Sphinx of Egypt shows signs of water erosion, suggesting it might be far older than we think, possibly dating back to a time when Egypt was lush with rainfall, over 10,000 years ago. And then there's Göbekli Tepe, a megalithic site in Turkey that predates every known civilization. Who built it? And how? Could it be the remains of a lost, technologically advanced society? If a civilization existed before us, what happened to it? Some researchers believe humanity has been aset multiple times, wiped out by global catastrophes like floods, ice ages, and even cosmic impacts. The idea of a great flood is found in almost every ancient culture. The Bible, the Sumerians, the Maya, all speak of a time when the world was destroyed and civilization had to start over. Could our true history be buried beneath the ocean, waiting to be rediscovered? So what's the real story? Are we the result of random evolution? Were we created by an advanced intelligence? Are we living in a simulation? Or are we just the latest chapter in a cycle of civilizations rising and falling? The deeper we dig, the more we realize we might not have the full answer. And perhaps we never will. But one thing is certain. The story of humanity is far more mysterious than we've been led to believe. We've explored evolution, intervention, and even the possibility that our entire reality is a simulation. But what if none of these explanations tell the full story? What if the truth is something far more complex? Something that connects everything we've discussed so far into a single, mind-blowing revelation? In this chapter, we dive even deeper into the unknown, exploring theories that defy everything we thought we knew about human origins. For centuries, the Great Pyramid of Giza has been considered one of the greatest engineering feats in human history. But was it really just a tomb? Or something far more advanced? Unlike traditional tombs, no mummies were ever found inside the Great Pyramid. And the way it was built? It defies logic. Some of the limestone blocks used weigh over 70 tons. Transporting them with primitive tools should have been impossible. Yet, somehow, the builders achieved near-perfect precision, aligning the pyramid with the stars and true magnetic north. Some researchers believe the pyramids weren't tombs at all, but power plants, designed to harness and distribute energy. Nikola Tesla himself once theorized that ancient civilizations may have tapped into wireless energy. Could the pyramids have been part of a global energy grid lost to time? And if so, who built it? And why? What if ancient religious texts hold hidden clues about our true origins? Many religious scriptures tell similar stories. Beings from the heavens descending to earth, altering humanity and guiding civilization. The Bible speaks of the Nephilim, the offspring of the sons of God and human women. The Sumerian texts speak of the Anunnaki genetically modifying early humans. The Hindu Vedas describe the gods waging wars in the skies, using advanced flying crafts known as vimanas. Some researchers propose a radical idea, that modern humans are a hybrid species, created by an advanced intelligence to serve a purpose beyond our comprehension. Could we be part human and part something else? Most people assume humans evolved on Earth. But what if we didn't? Some scientists argue that humans are too different from other life forms on Earth. Unlike every other species, we struggle with Earth's environment, sunburns, chronic illnesses, and back problems due to gravity. Dr. Ellis Silver, author of Humans Are Not From Earth, suggests that our species could have originated elsewhere, either arriving here by accident or being placed here intentionally. Some theories propose that life on Earth was seeded from another planet through panspermia, a process where microbial life is transported through space via asteroids or comets. But what if we weren't just microbes? What if fully developed humans or our ancestors were brought here for a reason? And then there's Mars, the planet that might hold the key to our forgotten past. Mars was once a world with flowing water, an atmosphere, and possibly life. But something happened. A catastrophe wiped out its potential for habitability. Some researchers speculate that if an intelligent species once lived there, they may have escaped to Earth. NASA has detected high levels of xenon 129 in Mars' atmosphere, something that on Earth is mostly produced by nuclear reactions. Could this mean Mars suffered a nuclear disaster in the distant past? Did its survivors come here and become us? As we search the universe for intelligent life, could we unknowingly be searching for our own origins? Could the answer to human origins be hidden not in the past, but in the stars? Maybe, just maybe, we are not the first, and we will not be the last. Evolution, intervention, simulation, or something else entirely? We've traveled through history, science, and myth, uncovering the deepest mysteries of human origins. But after everything we've explored, what is the truth? The answer may not be as simple as a single theory. It may be a combination of everything we've discussed, or something we haven't even considered yet. The scientific consensus tells us we are the product of millions of years of evolution. And in many ways, that makes sense. We share genetic similarities with primates. We've adapted to our environment, and natural selection has shaped life on Earth for billions of years. But the gaps remain. Our sudden intellectual explosion, our mysterious genetic modifications, and the missing links in our fossil record. Ancient cultures from around the world tell eerily similar stories of beings who descended from the heavens and altered humanity. The Sumerians called them the Anunnaki. The Bible speaks of the Nephilim. And Hindu texts describe Vimanas flying in the skies. And then there's the genetic evidence. Chromosome 2's unnatural fusion, unexplained junk DNA, and the possibility that we were designed rather than evolved naturally. Could an advanced intelligence, alien or otherwise, have played a role in our creation? Or could the truth be something far more surreal? The simulation hypothesis suggests that our entire reality is an artificial construct, designed by an intelligence beyond our comprehension. Quantum mechanics shows us that reality changes when observed, just like a video game rendering only what's needed. Could this mean we are inside a vast cosmic simulation? If true, who or what created us? And why? Or is our history far older than we think? Evidence suggests that an advanced civilization may have existed long before recorded history, one that was lost to a great catastrophe. From the unexplained precision of ancient monuments to maps showing Antarctica before it was covered in ice, could we be the descendants of a forgotten world? After all of this, one question remains. Who are we? Are we evolved primates, divine creations, digital beings, or lost travelers from another time? Perhaps we are not meant to have a single simple answer. Perhaps our story is more complex than we can currently comprehend. But one thing is certain. The search for truth is what makes us human. Now, it's your turn. What do you believe? Are we the product of natural evolution? Were we designed by something greater? Are we living in a simulation? Or is the truth still waiting to be discovered? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon, because we have only just begun to unravel the mysteries of our existence.